Hi, this is Jim Blasingame, the Small Business Advocate, and if you'll give me 3 minutes of your time, I'll help you have the maximum opportunity to be successful in your small business. Now let's talk about leadership. In October 1066 AD, William I, Duke of Normandy, was about to lay claim to England on the field of battle against King Harold II. As William led his men ashore in southeast England on their way to what was to become the historic Battle of Hastings, legend has it that this man who would be king rather ignominiously stumbled and fell face first in the mud. One of the classic truths about leaders, including once and future kings and small business owners, is that stumbling is virtually ordained. So whether the untimely descent is an honest mistake or unfortunate circumstance, the question is not if we will stumble, but how we behave after the fall. One of the great maxims is that adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. Back to our Norman invader, the future King of England demonstrated how leaders often have to think fast in order to snatch victory from potential disaster. Looking up from the mud, seeing bad omen written all over the faces of his superstitious men, William stood up, displayed his muddied hands and cried, "By the splendor of God, I have taken possession of my realm. The earth of England is in my 2 hands." When you look up from the mud, how do you behave? Of course, you could complain about how deep the mud is, how I can't grow my business without enough capital. Then there's the ever-handy option of blaming others for the mud. Yes, ma'am, I know you bought it from us, but that's the manufacturer's defect. You'll have to send it back to them. Or you could just blame the mud itself. How can I possibly compete with the big boxes in this economy? At least one thing hasn't changed in 1,000 years. There are still plenty of people standing around, employees, customers, etc., watching us when we stumble. And like William's men, these latter-day witnesses are also vital to the success of our empires. The Battle of Hastings arguably changed the course of history, but who knows what the world would look like today if our hero had become known as William the Whiner instead of William the Conqueror. So when you fall face down in the metaphorical mud of your battlefield, your future may well depend on whether you, like William, stand up, assess the damage, accept the circumstances, claim responsibility, remembering that you are the leader upon whom many depend, and then drive on to win the day. It also helps if you can think fast. Write this on a rock. Leaders don't whine, complain, or make excuses. They just lead. This is Jim Blasingame. I'll see you on the radio or on the internet at smallbusinessadvocate.com.